close the door and go, I'll never go out with him again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Here, you're still living the lie.
I'm still trying to live the lie.
Well, I was helping you grow up, that's all that was. Hey, hi everybody, it's the Papa from the Papa's Kitchen, and we really welcome you into our kitchen. It's not just the Papa alone, but it's the Papa and the Nana, and you're in these videos sometimes, but today you're going to be in the whole time.
Behind the camera.
Yeah. Here's the reason, is many of you have asked that we would do a thing together, a video together, and do a Q&A and all that kind of stuff, but we've sort of been putting it off because we had predetermined in our mind, these videos come out on Wednesday, and this year it happens to fall, our wedding anniversary happens to fall on Wednesday, September 14th.
Yes.
And so we're going to do a video, and we're going to do a few things with you for a few moments.
We really don't know what we're doing.
Well, no, we're sort of going to add a little bit, but not much. One of the things I thought I would do is I'm cooking up what we used to eat a lot of.
Well, let's wait and talk about that in a minute.
Well, okay, but that's what that is. And then we're also going to show some pictures from way back.
And I don't even recognize these people.
No, I know it. I know it. In fact, here's the first one, and this will get you. Look at this. You lied to me the whole time that we were dating.
No, I didn't lie, but you just didn't know it was true.
I didn't know. She was a blonde when I dated her, and actually when I married her, and I had no idea that she was covering up her silver hair. And
silver? I wasn't silver then.
All right. And look at me. I tell you what, I'm thin. I'm like 170 pounds, I think, maybe right there.
I think I married a 14-year-old.
It looks like it. I know it. It's crazy, isn't it, though?
Yes,
Man, but... When did we start dating? What year? Do you remember?
Well, it was a year before we got married.
A year and a half, I think, maybe more.
No, we only dated for a year, but we knew each other.
We knew each other, that's true, before.
And it took you about 3 months to get a date.
Now wait a second. Yes. You want to talk about that, do you? We dated, the first date we ever had. Go ahead, you tell me, because... don't leave out the details.
He was my brother's a very good friend. My brother and him hung out all the time. Exactly. And my brother Phil is 18 months younger than me. Mm-hmm. And Jerry's about 18 months younger than me.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He kept saying to, Jerry kept saying to Phil, hey, I want to date your sister, but she won't say yes. Can you get me a date? Can you get me a date? I want to go out with her and blah, blah, blah. And so finally, to get him off my back, I said, tell him yes, I'll go out with him. Yeah. And so that night I got ready for the date, and I would have been 21.
I think 20.
I would have been 21, and he would have been 19 going on 20.
Yeah, 19.
I was 20 going on 21.
Yeah, and I would have been 18. Maybe.
I'm waiting on the date, right? He's late. I'm walking around and the house, and I'm just fuming. Here I said yes, and now he's late. Yeah. Finally he shows up. Yeah. He comes to the door and he gets me, and we get in his car, and it's his dad's little, what was
Vega.
It was a
brand new Vega, little hatchback.
And it was orange?
No, red and white.
Oh, red and white. And we get in the car, and it's a stick shift.
Yep.
And Jerry can't drive
I've never driven a stick before that very night.
It was bad. Yeah. So he would put it in first, and he'd stall. So then he'd have to put it in neutral and try again and go. And we're driving, right? He stalled a couple of times, and
I was trying to sort of hold your hand.
You didn't immediately.
No, not immediately.
But then, as we're driving, he wouldn't tell me where we're going, right? So all of a sudden, he tries to hold my hand and shift.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't work. That wasn't working. Because he can't do both. And so we get where we're going on the date, and it was the theater.
Yeah.
To see Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes, at Eastland Theater.
He didn't ask me if I'd seen it, which I already had. Uh-huh. And we got there a little late because he was late. And the movie had already started. The only seats open were on the very front row. And back then you would go, it was called Cineramic or something.
Yeah, Panoramic.
Panoramic. Yeah. So it was this full screen. Yeah. So if you sit on the front row, you're like
You got it.
This,
Yeah.
trying to see the whole
We
thing.
were way back in our seat. It was bad.
Yeah. So anyway, we get out of there, and then he takes me to a restaurant.
Point Barbecue.
Yes, and we sit there and have a conversation, and the whole conversation I'm telling him who he needs to date,
Yeah.
and it's not me.
Yes.
And
you'd be real happy if you dated her. You and her would be really. I'm thinking, what is this all about?
I was bad.
You were totally bad.
I was really bad.
Okay, go hit to the taking you home.
So then he drives me home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if he stalled on the
I
way
did
home,
not
but
stall,
probably
no.
did.
Mm-mm.
We get to the back door,
Yes.
and he lets me off,
Yes.
and he walks me to the door.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, oh, I was just really bad. I need to make this guy feel okay. He's my brother's friend, right? So I get up on the step, and I go to...
It's like the first step up into the house.
Yeah, into the house.
Yeah.
So the door's open, I'm on the step, I'm going to make a quick getaway,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, I'll just give him a quick kiss.
It's a
just
mercy
to make
kiss.
him
We
feel
call it a
better.
mercy kiss.
And I go to kiss him, and
Yeah.
I totally miss his lips.
Yeah.
I hit his forehead.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I close the door and go, I'll never go out with him again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
was
Now,
bad.
while we're talking, I'm going to turn this on because I want to keep cooking here. This is going to be our anniversary dinner.
Oh.
What I'm cooking here for you
It's a memory dinner.
Is a memory dinner. Hamburger Helper.
Yes.
There was only one box at Publix, and I grabbed it. And this is Hamburger Helper. So
I
I've got
didn't
the
know
ground
that.
beef going, and we'll pour this in.
I cook crock pot stuff and hamburger helper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fried chicken once in a while,
Yeah.
and roast beef.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow, go
This
on.
next picture. Go
Okay.
to this next
Now this next picture is, I think this was like at a friend's wedding, right?
Yes, I stood up
So we
and-
were already here engaged. We were already back
Yes.
together. But let's talk before we get to this point. Before we were engaged, everything. You weren't going to date me. I determined to leave you alone. Let's not leave out the truth.
Yeah, so I ended up having to chase him.
Yeah. You
Chased
tell him. Yeah. And what happened?
I chased him.
Yeah.
Until I caught him.
Yeah.
There you go.
And yes, but you did chase me, and I was doing what at the time? That's what I want you to relate to our viewers.
What were you doing?
I was dating other people and making
He
you
was dating
jealous.
one of my friends, and I actually got a little jealous.
You got a lot jealous.
Yeah, okay, got a lot jealous.
You got a lot jealous, and that really got you
I
upset.
tell you, you know what? It never changes. This is the science of men and women getting together.
It is.
So there's a chase in there. Every single time there's some kind of chase. Either the guy's chasing the girl and she finally gives up, and he chased me first. It didn't work, so I had
Right.
to end up chasing him.
Right.
But obviously it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, because we ended up back together,
We did.
much to the chagrin of your brother, right?
You think?
I don't think he was happy. He was
Well-
happy without me dating you because, and I'm not putting him down at all because he didn't want to lose the friendship and all that. And
Yeah, then he got busy and he was always wanting to be with me. And
Yeah.
we had a fun dating, but we were separated the whole time because
Yeah,
I
that's
ended
true.
up moving to Danville, Illinois with my parents.
so that's about 400 miles away from Detroit, where I
Yes.
was still in school.
And he was there alone. His parents had moved to Holland, Michigan.
Yeah, from the east side to the
And
west side.
So we would meet in Holland, Michigan at his parents' house.
Or on occasion, I would drive down to.
To Danville.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you got to remember, back then there was no internet. You had to pay for your long distance phone calls, so you couldn't call often and you couldn't talk long, or else you had to pay a lot of money.
That's right. That's right.
And so communication was.
We wrote a lot of letters.
We wrote letters almost every day. I
Yeah.
still have bags of letters that I'm determined to go through before
Oh,
I die,
boy.
because I don't want.
You don't want the
I don't want anybody
children
else
to
to
read
read
that.
them
No.
before I sift through them.
And I'm living with my grandmother, if you remember.
Yes, who
and
had-
she was
she had
on the early
Alzheimer's.
stages of
Yeah.
the dementia. And so I would drag the phone into the bathroom because that
to
was
be able
the
to talk
only
alone.
room
Yes.
that was private other than her bedroom, which I wasn't sort of allowed to do because I slept on a studio couch in the living room kind of thing.
And she locked you out a
And she,
couple times.
don't even start.
And
Oh,
she
it was
accused
bad.
him of stealing
her
her
pots and
silverware.
pans or whatever. Yeah, a little crazy. So anyhow,
But she let you live with her.
yeah, well there you
so
go.
That
so
was
anyhow,
great.
we ended up dating, of course, And then I asked you to marry me and talk to your dad and all that in April, I remember, of...
Do you remember when we announced it?
No, I don't.
It was on an Easter Sunday morning.
Oh, was it? Mm-hmm.
And the tradition in our church in Detroit, Bethesda Missionary Temple at the time, was that they would read the announcement from the platform, and the young couple would stand up, and everybody's clap.
Yeah, we had that happen. And our pastor, Grandma, what we call Grandma Beal's sister.
I'm pleased to announce.
Yes, I am so pleased to announce. That's how she would say it. Yes. So everybody was happy. Everybody knew what was going to happen. Then we got married in September 14th.
Or let me think. They would say, Reverend and Mrs. Paul Stern and Mr. and Mrs. Alvin David are pleased to announce the engagement of their son and daughter, Jerry, David, and Susan Stern. And it was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
It was a big
so this picture, even though it's about a month and a half before our wedding, because this was from you were standing up in somebody else's. Your hair looks red in this picture, but I think it's the camera.
Well, once I came home I bleached my hair when I was in Africa. And then I would swim in chlorine pools, so it would stay real blonde. But when I came home, I just used the bottle stuff. I never had it done professionally. It got redder and redder, and then I started. That's what made me decide to stop coloring.
Here, you're still living the lie.
I'm still trying to live the lie.
But anyhow, this is a few months before we got married. But you can see, I mean that. And by the way, I only had one suit. That's the old double knit suits that they used to have.
That was a nice suit.
It was a nice suit. Thank you very much.
Yes. And I was very.
And look at how long my hair is. Can you believe it?
Yes. Yeah, you always.
Well, I wasn't a hippie kind of guy, but still.
No, but the style was the long sideburns and the hair, and you wore glasses, not contacts.
And here's another. I love this. Look at the pants that are on you and me. I don't know if you can see the ones on me, but they've got checks too, and those are double knit and all that.
His were stretched, double knit,
but
and too short. Always that much too short because he was so tall.
And this is at your parents' house because I recognize the couch. So I would go down. I would drive down on occasion if I had a long weekend from school and be with you and all that kind of stuff. But we ended up getting married in Detroit, and we lived in Detroit the first 2 years of our life. So that is us at our bridal shower, right?
Yes.
Isn't that picture?
No, rehearsal dinner.
I mean rehearsal dinner. Oh,
yes,
I forgot.
Because you collect the bows.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
And at that rehearsal, he's got the same suit. That's the only nice suit.
But I had a different color shirt and tie.
Yes. But that night, we were arguing so much.
Oh man.
That his parents at the end of dinner that night said,
Your parents and my parents.
Yeah, and they said, we're taking Jerry home and you take Susan home, and hopefully tomorrow morning they'll do a lot better.
Oh, we were bad. Yeah.
Our whole first year we fought.
We did.
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was tumultuous.
Well, I was helping you grow up. That's all that was.
That's right. Yeah. He was only 20.
But I was a mature 20.
In some ways.
Yeah, well, I was out of college. I had a job.
In the important things, he was very mature. Yeah. I was ready to get married. He thought he was ready to get married. And then once reality hit, he realized,
You think so?
I think so. Mm-hmm. Well, you would tell people now. Would you tell them?
I would tell them we got married. I got married too soon. Yes. I think you were ready maybe, but I wasn't for sure.
No.
Oh, well.
Well, it's like the scripture says, though.
Yeah.
Train them up. And when they're old, they'll never depart from you.
So you're the one training me up.
I did.
Yeah, right. You got it. I figured that out. All right. So here it is. That's the wedding picture. I like that picture.
That was after the wedding.
Yeah, but I like it, don't you?
We were relaxed. It was done.
It was over with. By the way, I will tell you this, and you guys need to know. And of course, coming from our homes, our upbringing, everything, divorce is not an option. I mean, basically, you don't even think it. You can't use the word, all that kind of stuff.
You make it work.
Because people wonder, even to this day, when you say you've been married 48, 50, whatever, whoa, that's you. Honestly.
Divorce over the fact that you didn't get along.
Or you just, in other words, I'll say it this way. You knew you had to make it work out. I'll give you this understanding. I had grown up all my life. I've been in front of people all my life.
Yes.
I mean, from 5 years old. So I'm not uncomfortable being in front of people, large groups, anything like that. And even here, I was doing a lot in the church and in front of people and everything. But I'm at the end of the aisle waiting for you to come down with your dad. I mean, I think we've got a picture of that. I almost passed out, and I'll tell you why. It occurred to me, there's no plan B.
Yep.
All of a sudden I'm realizing what I'm doing. There's no plan B. There's no, if this doesn't work out, we call it quits. It was nothing, because number one, my mom, I don't care about your mom and dad. My mom and dad would have killed me.
Well, we were very fortunate because our families were very similar in the way they raised
us both. Yeah,
and
values were the same.
That is a real good key to a long marriage, actually.
Now, one of the reasons I like this picture is because you've got a hat on, and I think you are just good looking, and even more so with any hat on.
I have to wear a hat more.
Oh, you got to. I like a hat on you. I really do. Any kind of hat, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And of course, I'm very good looking. And
if you look at people's wedding pictures that got married, we got married in '74. That all the dresses pretty much look the same.
Yeah, they do.
They were not real frilly or foo-foo.
And by the way,
everybody wore a hat.
It is reported that evening, many of the girls at the church that we attended were weeping that night because I had been taken off the market.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Many.
Here is a neat picture of us cutting our wedding cake at the. How many people did we have?
We had 300
300,
people.
350, wasn't there something?
Yeah, we had a big wedding.
We had a big wedding.
And there were some caterers at the church that did it. And do you remember what we ate?
Yeah, you know what? Her mom loved me so very much that she ordered because they paid for the reception, and it's, you were their only daughter. I
am their only daughter.
Yeah, and they ordered a German type meal, Italian German kind of thing, but sauerkraut. And I can't stand sauerkraut.
We had sauerkraut, but we also, it was, the caterers were Italian. So they did their Italian dishes and they did sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the meat, but I think it was...
pork. There was pork sausages, I remember.
What do you call the German sausage? Kielbasa.
Kielbasa or whatever, something like that. Yeah.
It was delicious. It was really good.
But everybody, all the church, everybody, they treated us so wonderfully, honored us that day.
We were very poor, so we didn't comparatively.
Poor, are you kidding me? Do you remember we collected all the cards that were given to us at the wedding? And on the way down to our honeymoon, as we're driving,
to see if we could do a honeymoon.
If we could even do more than one night. That's how poor we were. And I had it just hadn't even started the job. Yeah. Here's the nice picture of your dad.
This was hard for my dad. I was his only daughter. I'm the oldest with three brothers. Yeah. Jerry, do you remember what songs we did in the, what I was walking down to at the time?
No, I do remember. You did, Betty Treese, a friend of ours, sang, and Pastor Harry Beale sang with her a duet from Fiddler on the Roof.
This Sunrise,
Sunset.
It was very popular then.
And then I think Pastor Harry did, while we were taking communion together, she did the Lord's Prayer. Yeah. There was one other song, but I don't remember.
There was, but I don't remember.
No.
I know we tried to get the organist to play a certain song, and she said
she would know. Now I know. The other thing that I remember, it took your dad, Pastor James Beale, and his mom,
three people to marry us.
Who we call Grandma Beale, to marry us. Grandma Beale sort of just blessed us at the end and all that. But I thought that was pretty neat. Did they have them all up there with us and all that? Your dad seemed to enjoy it.
Well, they were sure this would never end.
That's true too. So anyhow, there you go. Now that's a picture of my brother. Yeah, and look at how young we are. I mean, goodness sakes, that's almost... I wonder if even Ron has seen that picture for years.
No, but how old?
He would have been 18 because I was
Yes.
20. He had just turned 18 in August, and we got married in September. So yeah.
your other brother was
My other brother was ushers.
They were ushers
in the wedding. Yeah.
And then my little brother and his little sister were the ring bearer, and they were like 12 and 10.
That's how that was.
And then friends filled in the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my goodness.
So we had
were all
four
young.
on each side.
Now this picture I don't like much. I like it, but it's faded here on this here thing.
Yeah.
Because the picture's been up in the frame in our office or whatever for forever.
I
and ever,
took it out
48
of the
years.
album and put it in a frame, and now it's faded.
Yeah.
So don't take them out.
No, don't take them out. But that's a beautiful picture there. I'm looking off into the distant future, knowing that I'm going to lead this family.
And I'm thinking everything's going to be just hunky-dory.
Going, oh my God, what am I doing? Yeah. Next one. Now, my favorite picture.
Yes.
I do love this one. I love it. Again, I love the hat. I like how you look. This is it. This is how I remember the day.
And the blonde hair again.
Oh, the blonde hair, yeah. But I do like that. That's a beautiful picture.
I loved yellow. That's why we.
I know
yellow.
it. Is that still one of your favorite colors?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yellow roses.
Yes.
And we had a Texas wedding.
Yes, a Texas wedding.
Okay, here we go.
Whose car was that?
That was my dad's car at the time, yeah. So here we are in the back seat of that big old Cadillac. I mean, you're in Detroit, you gotta drive these big old cars, big metal hunk things.
Yeah, do you remember what we did after the wedding?
Because we got married early in the morning. You decided, we wanted 11 a.m.
I wanted
wedding.
an all-day wedding.
Yeah, and so after in this picture, we went over to Pastor James and
we went to see their son.
Their son Jimmy, who was
he couldn't come to the wedding.
He was in an invalid state at that time, and so I used to sit with him when they'd go out on Friday night or whatever, and so we were good friends that way. And we went over to come in with all your dress and me in the tuxedo and all that. He loved that, and
he did.
We went from there. By the way, if you remember, to the grandma that
Granny Rodenbaugh.
Granny Rodenbaugh, yeah, because she couldn't come, we went over there. We had a good time, and then we went on to the reception.
Yep.
Right.
And they were already there.
Everybody's there.
300 people were waiting for us.
And it was a beautiful sit down. I mean, all the china, everything. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness sakes.
It was really nice.
Yeah. And then this would remind me of the fact, though, that we did go on a honeymoon. That's probably another story for another day, but let me give you two highlights that I remember. Number one, we drove from Detroit down to Findlay, Ohio, which is like a 2-hour drive maybe. Spent the night there at a hotel.
Yes.
Next
Findlay,
morning,
Ohio for your first night.
Findlay, Ohio, at a Holiday Inn or something.
I think it was.
I know it. I should have planned better, honestly.
Oh well, we couldn't. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot.
There was nothing.
Well, and there wasn't a whole lot available at that time.
No, there really wasn't.
So, it was harder to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Plus, you weren't a seasoned traveler.
No, I really wasn't at all. I really wasn't.
No, but the interesting thing is that day and the whole next day when we were driving to our destination, which we'll tell in a minute.
Okay, all right.
Every time we stopped for gas, they would come, the gas attendant, where they would fill your tank at the time, he would come to us and say,
forgot about that. Yeah,
hey, congratulations,
yes,
you're newlyweds, huh? And we're
that.
trying to figure out what we look like, if we had...
Yeah, I'm thinking, what is, do I smell different or, whatever.
And finally, one of the people brought us this note, and somebody had stuck a note in our gas tank.
Yeah.
And it said, congratulate this young couple, they just got married.
Yeah, we were down in Kentucky somewhere, and a guy was kind enough to say, hey, did you know this was in your gas tank?
Yes. So where'd we go?
We went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, I still have the cups to prove it.
Do you
at
really?
The pottery.
Oh,
the pottery, whatever.
We were in a lodge there. We had a good time. I do remember we fought a little bit there.
Yes, and I wondered if I'd made a mistake when he kicked me out of bed.
I remembered.
In the middle of the night, my feet at my back, shoving me out of the bed.
I was in my sleep.
You were in your sleep. That was the only redeeming part of that.
And I do remember we got in a little bit of a tussle about me playing pinball.
Yes, he always wanted
I like pinball. I don't like these electronic games even to this day, but I do love that. the old-fashioned spring-loaded, pinball with the lights and the machine
ding,
and on
ding,
the angle, all
and the
that.
whole
Yeah.
shot.
And they had a couple down in the lobby, and I'd be down there.
And for some reason, I was upset about that because he didn't want to spend time with me.
Well, it was a vacation. I saw it as a vacation.
So we actually cut it short.
Yeah.
And came home and thought, well, let's just get this life started.
Yeah, we did. We came either at least one day, but maybe 2 days short. Came home, and we were better when we got home.
Yes.
Although, I will tell you, and I think we would both agree, the first year, and actually, when I look back, the 7th year. So 2 years,
Those are the 2 years
out of 48 were tough years. And both of them, the transition of getting married after being single or college, a life, a home, responsibility, accountability. Oh my goodness, that first year, that was tough. But 7th year, I think we were moving or something was changing in our lives. And that was just one of those years that it seemed like a challenging year.
Well, I was ready to get married. You were not. Let's
I
just say
was.
it.
No, I was.
You weren't ready.
I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't ready.
You were just wanting to get out. You wanted to get out of the house, start your own life.
Well, I was sort of out of my house, but I wanted to get out of my grandma's house.
You didn't realize that this person would be with you 24/7.
No, I know it. I remember.
And he was very...
Do you know what? I remember the time I came home that one night. We hadn't been married maybe 40 days, 30, 40 days.
In the middle of the winter.
And I says, I'm going out tonight or something like that. And you said, where are we going? I said, we're not. I was just going to go with my friends. Oh my goodness.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake when you're a newlywed.
Okay, so
there
anyhow.
are several of those, but I'm not going to bore you with the details.
No, those are bad, and we don't like to remember those things.
No, we use those in marriage counseling, though, to tell people.
We do. We did
to tell people that you will have difficult times, but that's okay. That's part of life.
Yeah. Now here's the last picture. That's in the car. Us kissing. I think the photographer had us do that, but that was fun.
We were in the back seat.
Back seat of the car. Yeah.
Yes. And we were so glad the wedding was over.
We were. It was a
relief.
Strenuous day. Yeah.
It was just a release.
And you got to smile all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well.
But hey, I grew up. I was melancholic. That was my problem.
Yes.
Very melancholic when I got married, and for many years there, moody, that kind of thing. That's sort of a melancholic artist kind of guy. So I had to grow. You grew.
Yeah.
We got 2 great kids. We got 13 grandkids.
Yep.
I mean, what the world? We're doing fine.
We are.
And on our 50th, I'm planning. We may not do another one of these sit downs, but I'll tell you what. Let's do it on the 50th if we're still doing the channel. On the 50th anniversary, what our goal is to work it out so that Sarah and Solo and Luke and Joe and you and I can go on a cruise somewhere together, just the 6 of us. Wouldn't that be fun? No kids, no grandkids for us. Just the 6 of us. That would be a hoot. I think they would do that. We'll see. All right.
It's good to plan.
I got to start saving.
I got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Thank you. You told me about that.
I got the surprise. Okay. You got your eyes closed?
Oh no. Hang on. Okay.
So here you go, babe.
Oh,
just for you.
My goodness sake. Oh, thank you. A wedding cake.
Yes, and it says 48th on it.
Alrighty. So, we'll have this over at the table, candlelight.
Yes.
Good china, hamburger helper. We'll have a piece of this.
Yes,
Alrighty. We'll show you a little bit of that in a second. But anyhow, we wanted to do a Q&A with you a little bit. Not even a Q&A, it's more like a tell the tale a little bit so you get to know us. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll show you a little bit more of our meal together here. Thanks for joining us today, though. Okay, here we are. We're going to eat our anniversary dinner.
Yes,
I'll tell you what.
Did you look at your napkin?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
These are from the wedding.
Oh, isn't it? You saved these.
I saved them.
Can I use it?
Obviously, we didn't use them all.
No.
Yes. Oh, no, we still had plenty.
Okay, good deal. Let's try it, shall we?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need some ketchup. We're gonna need some Tabasco.
Yeah, but I can see why people ate this.
I don't understand it. No, here's some Tabasco.
Obviously, I'm not the foodie in this family.
Oh my goodness sake. babe. Don't be sick now. Don't try to see if that helps. Maybe mustard. Maybe.
Yeah. It's not too bad. There's a lot of protein. Cheese.
Here,
It's
try
made
some.
with 2 cups of milk.
Try some ketchup.
Meat. I'm not putting ketchup.
Tabasco.
No.
Well, let me ask you this.
I think I'll have a piece of
Here,
cake.
come to-
Okay.
Can I cut it? Here we
Yeah,
go.
go
Ready? 1,
ahead.
2, 3.
Here you go. Oh, see there?
Look at
Chocolate
that.
and
It's
vanilla.
beautiful.
I think, did we have that?
I don't remember.
what we had. I had to pay for the flowers, and what did you pay for?
The photographer was
The
expensive.
photographer.
I
And then
bought
my
you a
parents-
beautiful ring.
Yes, he did. That, I had the setting, but I lost the diamond. Oh well.
Just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Now this is good. This is good. That works. That works. Happy anniversary.
Yes. Happy anniversary.
See y'all.